I spent a lot of time when I first started practicing yoga trying to open my crown chakra and like ascend and do Vipassana for longer and longer time. And even the first business that I launched, Executive Sutra, was about bringing meditation to business people. And it was all the same trappings of like following the goal and having a vision and just putting it out there instead of just letting it unfold organically and seeing where it moved and getting feedback and making it small and juicy. So I think that that's very real. And especially as a woman, I found that my spiritual practice tended to just dry up. Like I was meditating a lot, but I wasn't necessarily thriving. And my teacher, Layla Martin, always talks about, are you thriving? Like that is a hallmarker of the feminine. You can need do you have everything you need to thrive? Is like, do you have the masculine structure, but are you actually thriving? And I think that we get lost in almost this spiritual competition, and that path of descending back down, from the spiritual levels and back down into the physical levels can actually be more frightening. And I think a lot of times people don't take the descending current back down, even though there's a lot of gifts, because they don't want to deal with things that come up in your emotional center, things that come up with your sexuality, things that come up with your power center, with your family. It's very much a spiritual path, but it just looks different than sitting in a cave alone meditating.
Makes sense. And I guess it's also, that ties into a question of why is it actually important? Like beyond pleasure just being pleasurable, like what's the value of pleasure to supporting our unfoldment and our waking up?
I think that pleasure is a key component. It's not the only component, but one of the reasons it's so important is because it causes the body to relax. And so we have so much stress, and we think that we can deal with our stress in a lot of different ways, but we don't always look at the aspect of enjoyment and the aspect of pleasure. And neurochemically, there's so many hormones that come into the brain when you're in a state of pleasure, when you're in a state of orgasm. Yes, there's a high from succeeding in business, but I think it's a different sort of high. It's softer, it's more opening, it's more relaxed, and I think that that's important. And like I was saying earlier, life is precious, and following things that are outside of myself for this idea of a spiritual attainment in the next lifetime, like I think being the best person I can be right now includes doing things that will make me happy. And as I am happy, I will become more conscious of how I'm in fact impacting others.